you're not old enough to drink it, and we're not talking on the podcast yet, but like you've had experiences where you think about it, it's like, ugh, ugh. Huh? What?
Oh shit!
I've done that before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've learned though. That was when we first started. I was still trying stuff out, trying to see if that fueled my body, figuring the things out to fuel the body.
All right. It's hey, what's the date? Okay,
It's the end of the month.
5:57.
Yeah.
Out off the mats. Nobody's back. Yeah, we're a little late, and the podcast hasn't been going, every other week or whatever. But we're busy and we're doing shit, and that's what we're here to talk about today. Is recapping VFS 15.
Yeah.
So the show was on June 8th, and that was the last time I think the last podcast we did was the week of fight week, right? So we went, and we're here to kind of give you guys a little recap of how it went down. And that's what I've noticed just about this whole process, the podcasting, the social media, is what I've realized is I understand that they do this for followers, right? But what I realized is we're not really interested with followers. We're interested more with, teaching, sharing, embracing trials and tribulations, bringing up people, having them rise up, not really having them follow, because it kind of even sounds like, follow us. Man, you know what? Don't follow yourself. Follow what's inside you. So with that said, is the social media stuff, we put a lot of importance on it. All right. It's a good way to get out there and give you guys kind of like an idea of what's happening out there. What we like to do here is we want to actually give you the facts from our point of view. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So it's not for followers. It's not for attention. It's just for the fact of what happened on June 8th at Valley Fight Series 15. So I want to make that real clear because all I hear is fucking shit. Bunch of side talking and a bunch of kind of extremely biased. And I just, this is,
Are there people talking about what happened?
Well, when there's an event, I think Valley Fight Series had their own recap of it, correct?
They did
You
one?
know? Yeah.
Nice.
your opponent, he had his own point of view of what
Right.
happened that night.
Yeah,
And I don't know, your opponent was actually seemed like a really nice kid.
he
That
did.
was
Yeah,
really
he
nice
was a cool
kid.
dude.
So I don't believe he was no part of the silly shit that I'm talking about. Because with the recap, we're absolutely gonna clear the air with some shit about how we feel about not only just podcasting, social media, what we put out there, and because we're doers, we're not, we're not followers. We do. So with that said, Valley Fight Series 15. Johnny, you had the first fight of the card for us. You were first up. You had Brian Cabello, who was a 2024 USFL 160-pound champion.
Yep.
And from your point of view, buddy, how did it go down?
I mean, I heard some people say domination, but I just like to say,
domination.
yeah, I'd like to say it was a close fight. I would say
He was
the
getting-
first round, yeah.
Yeah, he came out. Yeah, he was. But I seen it in his eyes at weigh-ins. Remember, I told you that.
Yeah.
I said, "This boy ready to fight," and he came out and proud young fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Gavea, you're out there, man. Thank you for the opportunity. I think
Very
what
much.
you learned from that experience, buddy, because I believe it was your first pancreation fight in what, like 4 years,
Yes.
4 or 5 years, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I learn? I haven't thought about that one. Let's see.
So
Definitely,
how did it feel to be back in that in that cage?
Was there a
with the-
difference?
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
4 ounce
Yeah.
What was the
glove?
It's a lot
difference?
quieter
It is.
because
No, it wasn't as quiet when I went. You were at the very beginning, so there
Yeah.
wasn't as many people.
But I mean, like, just because when I was on top of them, it was
Okay.
just quieter, like in my head, you could say.
Yeah.
I wasn't really,
That's right. Yeah,
Like,
elaborate, young man.
I wasn't
elaborate.
really, it wasn't really like touch and go and like moving in, like, it wasn't a fast pace, you can say. I was on top of them, so I had time to think of what I was going to do and what
Yeah,
could happen
do
and what I
You
was
feel like
going to do.
you feel like you were more present
Yes.
in what was happening. That's
You were in
cool.
the flow state, bro.
Yeah,
You're exactly what we talk about, what we train and what we preach. And you were in the flow state. And the reason I know you were in the flow state was because I believe you listened to every little thing I said. And our girl Misa was on commentating the show. What's up, girl? Hey, good job. Good fucking job on that. Hey, yeah. You and Mr. Von Flew, right? Yeah.
That's a
Thank
cool
you, guys.
name.
Yeah.
Von
Yeah.
Flew.
No, fucking legend.
Joke.
Fucking legend. So much respect to you guys commentating. But yeah, man, as far as even the shoulder punching, how'd that feel, bro? How'd that feel? Because I know we've watched a lot of pancreation fights, and you were in a lot of pancreation fights before you went over to Muay Thai, but the change of that technique when we talked about it, getting prepared for the fight, how did it feel? How'd that contact feel compared to trying to bring shit directly down the breadbasket?
I kind of enjoy the shoulder punches more than the face punches, which kind of doesn't make sense. But when I'm punching somebody in the face, it might just be the headgear and the big gloves. But when I think about when I hit them, I don't remember feeling it on my hand, like feeling it on my knuckles or at the end of my punch. I don't really remember feeling their face.
Well, it's like a home run. When you hit a home run, it goes right off the bat.
Did you feel the impact with the 4 ounces?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
nice.
So you
Yeah.
liked it,
I think it was just the
so
4 ounces.
again, we're a different fucking breed around here.
You know what I got a giggle out of when you started going for the chin strikes? The
Oh,
guy's
bro.
like,
Because we did it over here the other day.
No. He was trying to headbutt him, bro. And then you know what? It's like I get it. He didn't remember that in the rules, I guess, right? But then like that shit comes from like the stuff that we do in here. And the first thing I said, I didn't discourage the headbutt when I said, "No, use the chin, grind." So it was even on separating, tying them up, the strikes, everything you did, absolutely was a unanimous decision. if you're looking at decision wins, you know, and we don't like decision wins. I'll make that real clear, and I'll elaborate a little bit more on that later. But we don't look kindly to decision wins. You were looking for the finish, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
So you go for that choke, but he defended it out.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
rolled to the
He rolled
side.
to it.
Yeah.
The thing that I noticed too was you didn't sell out for any submission though.
Yeah.
You didn't. You maintained position and domination the whole time.
That was my mistake in the last nationals that I competed in. He went for the shot and I sprawled. I sat there for the whole time. And I remember telling myself, if that ever happens again, I'm either gonna go for the submission, and if I don't get it, I'm circling and I'm taking the back, or I'm
Okay, nice.
or I'm just getting on top of him.
And that was more than four years ago, folks.
And you
Again,
remembered.
I talk
That made
shit,
me
too.
so mad.
I do talk shit. You know, I try to keep it a little bit more PR on this because again, I'm learning to be a businessman. You know, but the reality is the shit we do here is next level. I can't, you know, that's why followers, I can't keep you following because then I'm gonna just focus my time on having people follow. Fuck that.
Do you feel like you slow yourself down to try to do that? You're trying to like conform to other people by doing so? I feel like I would.
Honestly, I feel like I'm dumbing down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like
Yeah.
you're slowing
like,
yourself
I
down
don't-
to
I
their
don't-
level.
I don't mind slowing things down and making things more understandable for people when they want to take the time out. But as far as trying to create attention
Yeah.
for people to follow me,
Yeah.
you end up putting energy into that and it takes away from your actual craft.
Mhm.
And we're going to talk about that. I'm going to go into detail about that.
That's the difference, because if you're trying to do it online, what I mean is like if you have people come out to the shop and you're trying to teach things to them, they're going through the effort to actually come here and learn from you, whatever it is that you're teaching them. If you're trying to do it online, they could give two shits. They just scroll on to the next
Exactly.
thing,
And
scroll on to the next
that's
thing.
where, you know, I start off by saying that we're not looking for followers. We're looking for individuals. Man, I'm looking universal soldiers. You know, I want fighters around here that understand combat on a different level. You know, that retain shit for 4 or 5 years. Because why? Because they experienced it and they remember thinking, and it never leaves them. Why? Because everything we do here is to make your mind sharper. You know, our exercises they're not. It's different. You know, and I would exhaust myself trying to create followers and people to listen to that shit.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd rather just do it and you guys do it and we all do it together and we're all, you know, all for one.
Yeah.
You know, it's the ultimate team mindset to where even, and I think I said this to Juanito, one of our members, is that, you know, he comes in here and even though he's coming for the fitness portion, he intermingles, comes over here and learns some stuff on the mats, watches us wrestle, you know.
Juan Jose.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He cracks me up.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's so funny.
But that's we're all a team here.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you fight, if you don't fight.
Right.
You know, our Parkinson's guys are always, you know, wanting to kind of you know, stay informed and updated on what we're doing on the mats. And yeah, that's just a different mindset, man. It's there's no ego here.
No.
There's no ego. There's just clear-minded, driven individuals. You know, so because of that, dude, you went out there and you made the national champion look like a novice. So again, that is a unanimous decision. And if Esteban's opponent is out there listening to that, that is a unanimous decision when you dominate from round 1 to round 3, whether it's 2-minute rounds or 5-minute rounds. All right. Not knocking someone down in the first round and then fucking turning into Kobe Covington the last 2 fucking rounds. That's not a unanimous decision. And you can go to the fucking video for that. And we're gonna get to that right now, as a matter of fact. So on your part, bro, you definitely looked impressive. Are you looking forward to another Pancration fight?
Yes, I am
Would you
definitely.
rather do pancration if that opportunity comes up, as opposed to a Muay Thai?
Yes.
That's what the fuck we do, folks. That's the recap of his fight. Again, we have video on our stories, so you guys decide. We're not this, here, this is our narrative. Fucking shit. No. We're going to tell you our point of view, and then we're going to share video with you. We're going to share pictures with you. Why? You make the decision. All right. And then that way you'll realize that if we post something or we say something, we're going to fucking do it and we mean it. Not we're trying to please somebody or we're trying to intimidate this other person or we're trying to do, fuck, that's games, man. Follow that shit all you want. Around here, we fucking do. And if you want to get shit done, that's what we do. Which brings us to the second fight, because we're supposed to have 3 fights. And I'll get to that after we talk to Esteban. All right. Is your fight moved up to the main event?
Yeah.
Because Aaron's fight with Lil Al was fucking wiped out like 30 minutes after weigh-ins. So being the main event, did that get in your head at all?
No, I was stoked when you told me.
Yeah. All right, cool.
I was looking forward to that.
Man, I'm telling you, you look super fucking sharp leading up to that fight. You look super sharp in the back. I think everybody saw that, and then you went out there and from your point of view, how'd the first round go?
I felt good. I started the fight off pretty good. We got into an exchange, and in the exchange, I dropped my right hand and he clipped me with the hook because I was close enough for it, and he rocked me with that hook, and I slowed down after that. I
So he knocked you down, right?
Yeah. No, I full cow
You
webs
never
and
went out.
everything.
It was
No.
never like, oh
No.
my God, that's the hardest punch
No.
I've ever had. And you've been knocked out.
I've been rocked in a lot of my fights.
Yeah. Well, you were slept in your last fight. So,
Yeah.
As opposed from going to sleep to how you got hit.
Mm-hmm.
Going to sleep would be a 10, right? What was the punch?
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, because 10 would be going to sleep. And you've done that.
From like going to sleep to like a kid punching me in the face.
No, to whatever that motherfucker hit you.
The punch. Well, when you get, I didn't see the punch, so when you get clipped like that, like you don't even feel it. It's just you're in the exchange, and next thing you know, you're a bit wobbly. So
because you didn't go to sleep.
Yeah.
It was a flash.
Yes, it was a flash.
Okay.
It was a flash.
So you've gone to sleep, and that punch was a flash.
Okay, I'm gonna rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. If I had to rate a punch, I'd go with a 6.
A 6. Okay,
Yes.
because it's a flash.
But it was perfectly placed on my chin.
It was a great punch.
So my neck
So
snapped.
again,
But I would rate it a 6.
So fucking Miller.
Maybe 6 and a
Miller,
half.
yeah. Hey, again, good fucking punch,
6.7.
guy.
Let's go
Hey,
6.7.
let's give him props. Let's go 6.5, bro, because there's no egos here.
6.7.
There's no fucking
I like
egos
that.
here.
It's
Yeah.
higher.
6.7, 6.72. Let's go fuck. All right. It doesn't matter.
But
right? So he knocked you down.
Yeah.
You recovered.
I recovered.
He went after you, right?
Yeah.
He saw
went
blood
for the kill.
because he's bloodthirsty and shit, right? So he saw blood and he went after you. And bro, I seen and anybody out there can look at the video. Those were fucking crazy ass, ghetto ass punches I fucking seen from a fucking dude that wants to
Dude,
finish
when that happened, I was shelling up, and I knew he was going for the finish, so my hands were high. If he would have gone for body shots and then gone back to the head, that would have been a beautiful. Yeah, I know he was just silly,
his power was
trying to rock me.
I believe he said that shit leading up to the fight, right?
Did he? Did he
Well,
say? Nice.
Yeah, he said that shit,
No.
right? No, and then
Didn't he say he was going to take me out in 4 seconds?
Yeah, I
Ooh.
think so. And it looked different because then in weigh-ins he has some reflective glasses. And what did he say?
What did he say?
Not personal.
Yeah.
So
Well,
who the
no.
fuck are you, bro?
No. He didn't say it's not personal. I'm trying to recall the whole freaking the whole moment. I
Oh,
was
here
I
we
was
go.
I was
Here we
I was
fucking go.
I was dehydrated, man. I was dehydrated and I was hungry.
Dude, you were the smaller dude. What are you talking about?
but
That motherfucker was dehydrated.
but
That motherfucker, because after that flurry, which I'll let's get back to the fight. After that flurry, what did you feel?
I was rocked. I was a little bit I had the cobwebs. I knew I was fine, but I had a little bit of the cobwebs. And then we had the break because
You cut shot at him, yeah.
I cup shot at him with I was going for the leg kick roundhouses, but he kept jumping in, and because he kept jumping in, he was literally jumping into my kick, like if I put my
So,
hand in his face,
Yeah, we're not
he would have
dirty. We're
just
not
face
dirty
been
fighters.
face palming himself. He was jumping into it.
You can watch the video.
Yeah,
You can slow
Yeah,
it down
so he
to
went.
the-
He jumped straight into it. We had the break, and I think because I got rocked, my brain went into like, oh, he's got a lot of power, right? And I should probably be a little more wary. So I started to slow down, not be. I was being more defensive instead of trying to be more offensive. Even though a great defense is a good offense, which
So
know,
we trained,
would have
dude,
been
yeah.
much better.
Volume,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. So I was a bit slow and hesitant on some things, and then started picking it up towards the end of the second round. Like I started to feel a little more comfortable again, and then the third round, I felt like I put it on him the entire
Well,
the
you
entire
started going
time.
over your right-handed stance,
Yeah.
which is something that
Yeah.
that was the plan.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So at the end of the first round, now from our vantage point where we were at,
He said, "There's no bad blood," and then
There's no bad
he
blood?
shook my hand and then said, "There's no bad blood." I was like, "Dude, I didn't even know there was bad blood."
Okay, well, that's that. No bad blood is basically it's not personal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I would say
all right,
so.
so it's not personal, isn't fucking verbatim.
But
But-
I've also have not been whatsoever aware of the shit talking that's been going on because I'm not on social media.
And I'm not either. I get information from so our social
Heck
media.
yeah.
You know,
Heck yeah.
so the way I look at it is when I hear it and you put our brand or our fighters and you try to downplay us when the reality is a fight with us makes you. A fight with us makes you, and we're the nobodies that'll fight anybody.
Yeah.
But the reality is that every time we fight, it's either a main event, co-main event. We're nobodies, and we're going into people's backyards. We're going to where the judges have seen them fight hundreds, multiple times, and us, we're these. We come in with this, very very professional, very serious mindset.
Yeah.
And we kind of expect a little bit of the goofiness. But if you're gonna be goofy one moment, then just be goofy all the time is what I'm saying. And I understand that he uses his social media to get followers, but people out there following shit like that, the real deal is two guys got in there, and one guy got tired, and when the one guy that got tired that said that he was gonna knock the other guy out started to do what he said he didn't want to do, which was wrestle. To me, you're changing who you are, homeboy. You're changing who you are, bro. And that's why I yelled it in the third round. I thought you wanted to stand, Holmes. That was me. That was me saying that. And whenever shit's going to be talked around here, Mr. Miller, it's going to be done by me because I'm going to stand by everything the fuck I say. All right? Just like when we say we're going to show up.
Hey, Misa, what was that question you asked me before the fight started during the interview, or not? No, during the interview prior, leading up to the fight, about him saying that it was going to be if he wanted to have a stand-up something, and then
You want
that if I
someone to
was
stand with
gonna,
him, then he'll stand
that he
up with
wanted somebody to. Is that what you said? Yeah, somebody to stand
him.
with
He
him.
said that though,
He
right?
said that, right? He said that. And I was like, yeah, let's
I'm
go
going
for
to
it.
respond, and we don't even have to. I'm just using this fucking for entertainment because this is what fucking people like, right? So the reality is he's saying this shit, and then he's going out there and he ain't doing what he's saying. So for
It's a
people,
tactic.
Huh?
It's a tactic.
but is it, you know,
Illusion. Smoke and mirrors.
we want fighters. We want to fight with fighters. You know what I'm saying? So the way we look at it is a decision. We never want a decision anyways.
No.
We put the video out there. They called it a unanimous decision.
They didn't even say the score.
But they never said a score. And obviously, you know, he was the home guy. He had owned amateur belts there, and they knew who he was, you know, and we're not going to complain about it. We'll put the video out. People that follow us or tune into us, they can look at the unbiased video from the video screen. You were good enough for fight of the night, and honestly, you didn't execute.
No.
You know, you did not execute. You did not get to that right-handed side earlier and hurt him earlier. You didn't put the volume on him. Your footwork was flat and stagnant, and
slow.
And yeah, you were waiting a lot.
Yeah.
The aggressiveness wasn't there, and we lost because we didn't execute, not because he was overwhelming or he was giving you knockout power. And I think the fact that he said he talked all this shit and then wanted to stand, and I don't think you wrestled once. You took it back on a scramble.
I was
at the end of the first
yeah,
round.
yeah. I never applied offensive grappling. I only applied defensive grappling.
Yes.
The only offensive grappling that I applied was at the end of the first round when I did jump on his back and go for the choke, which I was honestly surprised at how easy that was. Like,
because
dude,
he was tired, bro. He was
literally had no reaction to even tuck his chin. I felt his freaking heartbeat through his neck.
If you watch the
about
video,
2 more seconds,
if you watch the
I would
video,
put him to sleep.
If you watch the video, he's tired.
Yeah.
And again, that was another mistake we made.
Yeah.
Is when I ask you, every time I go in there in between rounds, I ask you guys two things: is how do you feel, and how do they feel? You know, what'd you feel? You know, and if there's any positions where you guys feel super strong in, I usually hope that you tell me.
Right.
You know, we didn't see from the corner, we couldn't see the choke. We saw his back when he jumped on it. So it was, and you had it for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It wasn't long enough. So we couldn't really gauge. Now, hindsight, looking back as a coach and honestly taking accountability for what we didn't do, all right, which is what we always have to do. We have to be critical of that, or else how are we going to get better? Yeah. And how are we going to learn? Just like you learned. Yeah. Just like you learned. And it came back to help you a lot. So yeah. If I would have known it was that easy to take them down, I would have asked you to go ahead and, you know what? Next time you guys are up against the cage, you know, grab that single, drag his ass down, and, you know, choke him out and go for the win. But the reality is that if you would have executed, we would have got the win and he would have been to sleep. And all that shit talking, he would have humbled him instead of, you know, the shit that he decides to come out with afterwards. So what I say to you is be careful what you say about motherfuckers, because some of us take our profession serious, Holmes. Right?
There was shit talking after the fight too.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. I'm fucking,
Drum.
you know, everybody's got something to say.
Oh
and nobody wants to admit the fucking truth. Well, around here, we fight because the fighting is the fucking truth, people. The getting down, the showing you who's going to show up on that day at that weight, act like a fucking grown-up and a professional. That's the truth.
Yeah.
And that's why we do it. We don't do it for followers, and we help people here that come to us for help. We teach people how to empower themselves to get out of the ruts they're in.
Do you think? Because that's, I mean, with fighting, yes, but that's the world that we live in basically now, where it's like,
here's the thing, it's the word, it's culture.
That's what I was getting to, is like, do you think that's gonna get worse, or do you think we're gonna shy away from it? I'm talking about just the society in general.
I'm not interested in what they're doing because they're going in the wrong direction.
I think it's gonna get worse.
And again, in my opinion, everything's gonna get worse before it gets better.
That's true.
But I'm already thinking about how to make things better. I'm not sitting there waiting for the worst. Fuck the worst. I'm ready for the worst. I don't give a shit. I'm ready for the end. I'm ready for the worst. You know, so I want to know how to make now better. Not just for me, but for everybody around me. And our opponents, we're always respectful if you're respectful back. The minute you get disrespectful, I'm gonna say something, because we're not playing those fucking games. Either you want to do it or you don't want to do it. And if you want to do it, sign the fucking contract, show up on that day and do it. You know, or you know, make some shit up like Aaron's opponent did. You know, so which brings me to that fucking debacle.
Debacle. What does that mean?
That fucking shit. Oh,
What does
man.
debacle mean?
It was like complete fucking nonsensory, complete nonsense. Where it's just I'm making shit up because it was that dumb. He was making shit up. I tell you what, wasn't he? He was making shit up too, wasn't he? So check it out. So we showed up for weigh-ins. Thought Aaron was going to be the main event. We thought we were going to get to fight fucking for a belt. We were even willing to go from 5 rounds to 3 rounds. Fine, whatever. Hometown guy, sure. You know, he showed up to weigh-ins. He looked like he was ready to fight. Well, actually, he was breathing really hard in the stare down with Aaron. I thought, you know, Aaron had to work late, so thought he was going to be here. You could say it in his own words, right? But talking about his hometown and he was ready to die, and man, I got excited. I thought, man, this is going to be a fucking banger for however long it lasts. And then next thing we know, from what we hear, that there was issues with ticket money and tickets. So the promotion decided to pull his fight because, again, if he owes you X amount and doesn't have the tickets or the money, well, then that's bad business. Correct? Because when they give us stuff, we either sell the tickets or we give back the tickets we don't sell. I think even we won't bitch and moan about shit. It's the business of it, you know, and I guess there was some discrepancies in that part. And about 30 minutes, 40 minutes after weigh-ins, we got a call that the fight was off. So for us, it's a slap in the face because, A, we prepared for the fight like professionals, showed up on weight like professionals. All the dicking around from him getting stabbed to him being ready to fight to this, to pulling, come on, man. You know, the guy is, he been fighting for what, like 10 years or something like that? You know, we didn't surprise us because that's what we're learning about this fight game shit is with the social medias and with the way these fighters promote themselves and the way
there's a lot of Mitches out there.
They're creating narratives to their social medias so that you'll believe them and that you'll see them and follow them. The reality is if you don't show up like a professional to a professional fight, you shouldn't be deemed a professional. That's not professional. And if you disrespect in the process, you shouldn't get upset if anything that is said about you or about the way you dealt with that is disrespectful to you.
Yeah.
What I saw in his eyes was I saw someone with anxiety and I don't want to say fear. I think the guy might have a drug issue.
Pretty good at reading people, aren't you?
I'm pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And that's why I really like to be at the other end of the stare down is I just want to know, I want to prepare you guys. So if I see a killer staring down your eyes, I want to see what you saw. And if you say, well, he looks prepared, I'm going to say, yeah, he looks like he's ready to fucking kill you because I need you prepared like that.
Gone into every fight with that expectation of the other person. I've had fights where like during the fight I felt like they didn't really want to be fighting,
everything
but
we do reinforces
has gone to that.
Yeah, and I reinforce that. You know, so we expect the best out of everybody. So when shit like that goes down, it's a slap in our face too. And then I thought about it, like, dude, like it's business, but at the same time, I thought about that dude. I thought about, you know, the tickets that of his people that bought tickets and wanted to come watch a fucking banging show, and he had to break some news in his own fucking personal way, I guess. I don't know, but he wasn't completely honest about it, because if he didn't take care of the business end, don't push it on us, motherfucker. Don't push it on us. All right. And that's why Aaron went at his ass after the fight while he was getting paid and shit. I guess Aaron saw him, and we were already back ready to drink our shots and celebrate the fact that, you know, we went out there and repped our brand by standing and banging with a bigger opponent. You know, so Aaron got into it with Lil Al, I guess, because he was upset. I said from the gate once they stared off, I said, I think he might have like an alcohol or a drug problem. And then like 45 minutes later, he has an issue paying for tickets. I'm not like a fucking, you know.
You think there's a
I'm
relation?
not a medium or nothing. I you know, not a swami here, but I don't think you have to be that smart to figure that one out. You know, if there's dark circles around somebody's eyes and they're breathing heavy and they look at really emotional in a moment where you should just be calm and relaxed because the fight's the next day, then and then they're having money issues on top of whatever anxieties that they have, or, you know, it kind of seems like, dude, fighting was not your priority. You know, for us, you would never catch us out at concerts and hanging out at the clubs and shit 3 weeks to a fight, much less a championship fight.
He did
So
say
again,
he got stabbed at a concert, huh?
Apparently.
Wonder what kind of
that's-
concert that was.
Again, if people want narrative on that, go to his social media, you know, because, you know, our social media is not gonna fucking, we're not pandering and we're not catering to that shit. Oh yeah, he blocked us, but we don't even follow his ass because we don't fucking follow. You know, we like people, you know, and if they like us, we're like them, you know, and we'll reciprocate shit. You know, we'll have good social media manners, correct? We have good social media manners. I hope we do, Lisa, because that shit's on you, girl. Oh man. But for the most part, we try to keep it real with people, because when you come here to the shop, that is our business, is keeping it real with you, right? Again, it's from our experiences, it's the way we do stuff, it is our point of view, it is our philosophy, it is where we're coming from. But where we're coming from is trying to more relate to whoever comes in.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're a fighter or if you're a middle-aged, you know, your uncle was in today. What the fuck?
You went with them. Yeah. You got around with them. How was that? I didn't get to
I
go.
wanted to get around,
Everybody out
man,
there
at
on the
least.
podcast,
I wanted to at least get one.
his
Yeah.
uncle came in with little Davey for fight week at the last podcast. The big guy, Adam, man, that's my brother right there, right? He got on the mats. He told me, he's like, you know what? I want to get on the mats with you guys, you know, and just work on my cardio a little bit. And shit, we had him on the mats there. I wasn't sparring with your uncle, eh?
It was fun. It was fun. Knowing David was watching was pretty fun.
Yeah. We were just starting jabs and breathing. I told him jabs, switching stances, and breathing. So that goes back to who we are, man. And we're gonna always genuinely share who we are. And I am gonna hold back a little bit on the shit talking, but the reality is fighting tells you the truth. All right. Fighting tells, if you're saying one thing and then when the fight goes down, you do another. All right. It starts to kind of expose your actual demeanor. So in the fight, you didn't execute. Things weren't happening the way that you trained, but we stuck to our fucking guns. We stood and we banged the whole.
Oh yeah, no,
fight.
I was 100% set on making it a fist fight.
Yes, and again, that's what made a fight of the night. That's what we do. Any promoters out there, any promotions out there, that's what Maquina Combat does. We don't cater and pander to fucking Pop Warner League type fighting. What we do here is we build main event, co-main event, feature fighters that will go out there and put on a fist fight. for the fans, because the fans are the reasons why we're fighting. You know, they're the ones why you get paid.
That's true.
You know, and the promotions, their job is to, you know, bring the people in and make the fights. So, you know, we're our style is perfect for the business of fighting, of
Of entertainment.
sports, for entertainment.
Yeah.
So you accomplished that. So I need to say that I'm always proud when you represent and you are who you are. It doesn't matter win, lose, or draw. I am never disappointed in you.
I'm not disappointed either.
Never.
And I appreciate that you're saying that. I'm not disappointed in myself either. I'm more so bummed that I didn't get to show how good I really am.
And that's why we don't shy away
And
we get right back in
And
there.
I am eager for the next opportunity that I get
Absolutely.
to do it again.
And again, we were not disappointed. And like I said, we got both of their fights on our stories. Check them out if you guys want. Not frustrated.
Mm-mm.
I'm frustrated.
Mhm.
I get frustrated as a coach and as all the work we put in here.
Mhm.
Because I'm not a sidelines coach. I'm in there every fucking minute, so I know what you're capable of.
Yeah.
And frustrating for me, yes, because again, and again, some of the shit talking that I've done. Let me make it really clear about this man. No, his record isn't 3-0 like bloodthirsties. All right, but his first fight was against a third-degree black belt. His second fight was against a big old cowboy that hit really fucking hard. His third fight was against a Division I wrestler that also had some pop in his hands. And then his fourth fight, which was actually opponent-wise, might have been your easiest fucking like tactical. The tactical part of it, you had it.
Yeah.
You know, he had the size advantage.
Mhm.
And we give him that when you cut that much
That's
weight.
that's where his power came from.
But that's
like,
also where his gas tank came from.
The power difference. I thought about it after the fight. I thought about it a little bit after that, and it's we generate power, right? Through our kinetic movement and stuff. Like
Yes.
we know how to snap things to generate that
in
power.
different positions.
Yes, yes. Like our power comes from a snap as it does from a whip, right? He had like power from just being bigger,
Push power.
like mass
power.
being thrown at you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Push power.
Yeah.
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 Well, he was pushing he was jumping into his punches. That's why the left to right is fucking beautiful for
Yeah.
it. It was beautiful for it. And you started getting a little so you had started having success with it in the third round. But again, you know, like I think I've told you this before, man. There's got to be a little fucking asshole in you somewhere that comes out that just wants to fucking hurt that son of a bitch. Because if that was there, the volume, the 3-4 strikes that we've been working on, the whole fucking preparation out of your right-handed stance, would have put that fucking guy away.
Yeah.
It would put his ass. So he didn't. To me, if you look at the fight, he didn't really win a unanimous decision. What he did was he survived to get a unanimous decision. Because again, I don't know how the judges scored. They didn't give us a score. All right. And if you look at the video, but we're not gonna be like, no, we won that fight. No, we didn't. We fucking lost.
Yeah.
You didn't finish him.
Yeah.
And for the way he was talking as a coach and as a mean motherfucker that I am, I wanted that dude finished.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was just that back and forth fake ass shit is exactly why you guys are built the way you are, because that's what we want to go out there and smash. We want to basically almost like pest control. We want to go in there and we want to get all them motherfuckers out of here. And we're doing a good job because I don't see nobody chomping at the bit to fight you. I don't see nobody chomping. Right now, your record's making people look like, all right, well, you know. But the fact that
I'm okay with it.
Well, the fact that it's still a tough fight.
Yeah.
And again, we're always going to be a tough fight, guys. Bring your fucking lunches. Bring your lunches. Because if you don't knock us out in 10 seconds or choke us out in the first round, right, with your jiu-jitsu or your power, you know, which, you know, every fighter has the capability of. we're gonna make it a dogfight. And if we execute, we're gonna make it the end of the fight. I know that because every time you guys execute, you guys finish. And that's really what we're out here to do. We're not out here to brag about close fights. You'll never hear me brag about a close fight. My daughter won a close fight with a girl, and the first thing I said was, I think you lost. And we're ready to give that girl a rematch whenever she's ready. Why? Because we are who we say we are, or we wouldn't say we're that. And we do what we say we're going to do because we do it every day. We don't just do it on fight night, or we don't just do it at, like, the weigh-ins. And, Valley Fight Series 15 was getting ready for it was normal. But the exhaustive back and forth of some of these immature guys, and I know that the promotion, they're trying to build a promotion and a platform for fighters. So much respect to everybody out there at Valley Fight Series. You guys, when we asked for something, you guys have delivered on that. Thank you. The long fight days are a little draining, but that's an adjustment we as professionals have to make. They're trying to put together a quality show, and that's why I know that they call us. So we appreciate them. Thank you guys, Matchmaker Bailey, and what is it, Chad? The other guy, Chad? Jordan. Yeah, and Jordan. Thank you guys for the opportunities that you give us, and the opponents, man. Feed us. What's up, Ma? Yeah, what's up? Yeah. Oh,
That guy just makes noise.
yeah. No, well, it's more of like what I'm trying to tell you guys, that these guys are using social media to create a narrative for themselves. The reality is, no. Why? He's a liability. He's a liability not only to the promotion, because I believe, does he still owe them money? He still owes them money, eh? You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up, bro. Pay the fucking money, or give the money back to your people, at least, if you're not gonna fucking pay the money back to VFS. Give the money back to your people, bro. I would never do my fucking people like that. I'd never do my people like that. So no, we're actually scheduled for a 185 MMA fight against Marcus Blevins from what gym is it? Valley Fight Club. All right, so it's Matchmaker Bailey. It's one of your fighters. Thank you for the opportunity. We're looking forward to September 7th. Aaron making his way back into the cage and with the 4-ounce gloves, and putting on a show at 185. So that's what's happening on September 7th. So to answer your question, why? Because that's who's going to sign the contract and not fuck around and show up. So thank you, Mr. Blevins. We appreciate you. Until you act funny, bro, don't act funny. Let's all just be adults and let's get this shit done. Because for us, every time we go out there for our brand. We go out there for the sweat and the work and the things we do here. We don't go out there for like just Johnny or just Esteban or just Aaron. It's one for all for one here. So, we look forward to those events for that, so that we can come together and we can accomplish together. So I guess that's what negates a lot of the other shit that I'm just kind of clearing up today, or kind of addressing today. That's why we don't do it, is because we're more interested in what we're doing than what they're doing. And that's why the shit talking, what it does is it just brings their brand down, because they're not doing what they're saying they're gonna do. So if he's saying that they're gonna fight on September 7th, bro, I think you need to call Valley Fight Series, the people that you owe money to, and explain yourself to them. So that's that. And Miller, We're gonna go back down to 125 because honestly, my guy's a 125er. So you couldn't
I
put-
like food.
He's actually a
I
125er
like food.
that hasn't been able to get a 125 fight at the beginning of his career. That's why we've had to take the fights that we've taken because we show up, bro. And if you don't knock us out, you know, I don't know. He looked like he had some injuries after that fight because he fell down. Huh? He's out. He's out the fight with Elizondo. What the fuck? Why? He broke his wrist.
Man,
Oh, it was those crazy punches. Look, homeboy, look. I would want to help you, bro. Really?
He needs
If you weren't
milk.
hey, if you weren't such a
Put some
fucking
calcium in his
douchebag on
bones.
social media and you weren't so fucking wishy-washy, I'd help you with that shit, bro. Broken wrist is because you were hitting with your wrist, homie. Watch the flurry where after he knocks down Esteban, the one that he wants to brag about. And those were the ugliest punches, bro. Those were the ugliest fucking punches. Can you have a clip of that shit? If you have a clip of that shit, show when he's wailing on the step.
show it.
Hey, just to show you, fuck our egos. Hey, watch, check it.
Show a man trying to take my head off to the people.
Hey, that's why he broke his wrist. So shit, man. So yeah. So dude, we're in the professional ranks. What's happening is guys are really cutting a lot of weight to have a size advantage, so that their power will transition, right? But when it doesn't do the job, like in the fight with you, it causes problems because it causes the fight to go longer.
Yeah,
And it leaves you open for injuries.
the damage.
That's one of the things I'm very adamant about you guys executing. It's not just to finish the fight and put on a good show.
To minimize the amount of wear and tear on yourself.
To minimize the wear and tear. It's not to talk shit about, hey, we fucking slept you, you know, or push some narrative on fucking social media. We want to finish you because that's the cleanest job possible, bro.
Yeah.
It's not because we hate you or we want to kill you. It's dude, you
Just want to
signed
go
the
out there and
fucking
make your
contract.
money.
We want to put you out so that we don't break our wrists, so we don't break our noses, so that we don't, you know, which is funny because I did make that comment for a nickname like Bloodthirsty. How'd your blood taste on me? A little irony. Little minerals in it. Yeah.
Testifying. He covers.
All
He
right.
watches.
Yeah.
Video's
Hey
clear.
guys, watch the video. Watch the video. He might have broken his hand on one of those. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. That's wild, huh? Wild. Yeah.
I wish you could see it too.
Yeah. Hey, bro, that's why he's 3-0 with decisions. Not because he's not capable of finishing people. You know, he is. He went in there and he believed that he could for the first 2 minutes of the fight, 3 minutes of the fight. You know, and the rest, he survived. I could hear him breathing. You know, and everybody, I believe that there was one comment that his corner made that I kind of laughed about, and I think you heard too, where he says he ain't got no chin.
I heard him say that.
Yeah, he ain't got no chin. Let me break it down. Let me break it down to a science, right? The human jaw needs 9 pounds of pressure, right? It doesn't matter what human jaw it is, all right? Everybody's jaw's like that. If you were to put on the volume and planted one on Miller's chin,
Yeah.
he would have felt that too, along with the exhaustion. Everybody has a weak chin. That's the art of what we do, is to find those vulnerable areas and put them away, not go wild and get tired. As combat purists, we're there to go in and do everything that you train to do, and for it to feel the way it did in your fight. You know what I'm saying? In complete control, slow, in the flow. You experience that, right? And how's it feel?
It's pretty nice, pretty smooth.
Pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes you just want to be able to do it every single weekend up.
Yeah.
Because that's how we train. Is we could do that. We could do these fights every weekend, barring injuries. And again, if we went out there and we executed, it would be like that because you guys get out of there in 5 minutes, a couple minutes. You know what I'm
Depending
saying?
on the opponent.
Well, hey, the opponent did what we thought the opponent was going to
Yeah.
do. He actually jumped at you, which I believe made it easier.
I'm just saying some
Yeah.
some individuals are tougher than others.
Yeah.
They would take a
Oh,
little
yeah.
more than
Some
others.
clip you in the fucking
Yeah.
first 10 seconds. You know, it happens, but that's why we go in there to fight. But we go in there to fight to show our brand, our style, and to finish the fight because that is a clear truth in combat. Finish the fight, you can't argue who is better at that moment.
Mhm.
You know, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a universal style that it's non-debatable. You can't debate it. If you apply it right, it's unbeatable. You know, if you apply it right. But again, there's a lot of factors going into performances in these shows, especially when you're the main event and when there's money on the line and there's fans and whoop whoop and all this extra shit. So that's what we like to practice. We're in the practice of fucking doing that as often as we possibly can because the better you get at that, well, the more money you make.
Mhm.
You know, the more attention you're going to get for all the right reasons, not because you're trying to create a narrative on social media and you have 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers, or whatever. All right. Well, I think we limit this shit now because again, this isn't our primary way of getting out there and communicating with folks. We like to shake hands and look in people's eyeballs. So we're gonna start cutting these podcasts at least to an hour for all you folks to go on and fucking do what you guys got to do. So with that said, you know, much respect to everybody out there that gives us respect. Everybody else out there that doesn't, keep that fucking energy. All right, we stay strong over here, and that's all we want for everybody else. So until next time, stay strong.